In this video, we will cover how to open, close, and save your Excel workbook. Please note, depending on your computer or operating system, the location of your Excel application may be different than what you see here. From my taskbar, I will open the Excel application, which is represented by this green icon with the white X. Once I open the application, I will be met with a few options. I can either create a new blank workbook from scratch, or I can open a recent workbook that I've previously worked on. Since this is a beginner video, we will click on the blank workbook option. Now that your workbook is open, I think it's very important to know how to save your Excel workbook upfront to help prevent accidental deletions and loss of work later. There are a few ways you can save your Excel workbook. First is click on File, and in the list you have two options, Save and Save As. I typically use Save As for any new workbooks that I'm creating. When you click Save As, you will be prompted with options of where you would like to save your Excel workbook, along with the option to customize the name of your file. For instance, if you have a Microsoft OneDrive account, this is where I always save my documents. Microsoft OneDrive is a cloud-based application that allows you to save content without placing it on your localized desktop computer. Saving your files to the cloud allows you to back up your documents, making them available to you regardless of what computer you use to access them. You also have other save options, such as saving it directly to your PC, which usually saves it to your C drive, your desktop, or any additional folder that you've created, as well as browse. This just allows you to narrow down where you would like to save your files. So if I click browse, as you can see, a list of folders. Default, I can select where I want to save this document, customize the file name, and then click save. Okay, I'll go ahead and click cancel. As we dive further into Excel later in this series, you will see that there are quick ways to do certain functions. So not only can you save using the menu, the file menu, but you can also use quick icons. So let's go back to the workbook. If you bring your attention to the top left of the screen, where it says Book 1 Excel, to the left of this you have a icon. Okay, if you hover over it, you'll see that it's another option for you to save. So this is your disk icon. You can click this button to save as well, so we'll click that button just so you can see how it operates. Again, it prompts you to adjust your file name, and then you can also choose a location of where you would like to save your file. Again, I'm a OneDrive fanatic, so I always save everything to my OneDrive. Now let me take you back to the disk icon. So when we hovered over it, it tells us what that icon is. But if you can see in parentheses how it has the CTRL plus the S, that's Control S. Okay, so that's a quick function of how you can save your workbook. So these are keys on your keyboard that you would use as a quick way to save your documents. So what you would do, you would click Control on the keyboard and then hold that button and then press S simultaneously, and that will save your workbook without you having to click on File, Save, or clicking on the icon. Okay. And so once you determine where you'd like to save your existing workbook, update your file name, now it's time for you to close your Excel workbook. While you are in either your workbook or the menu, you can go to Close, and what that will do is it will just close your Excel workbook. So you're still in the application. Okay. Now if you're wanting to exit out of the application altogether, at the top right of the screen, you'll just click this X here, and as you can see, as I hovered, it says Close. I'll click that X, and this takes me out of the Excel application. This concludes this demonstration.